Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome, one and all, to the 485th episode. That's quite a lot of episodes, George, I must admit, of the Hospital Podcast. Now, I don't know if you can hear it, but in the studio, there might be like a little bit of background rain because, unfortunately, it's August, it's the UK, it's absolutely pissing it down. But in order to cheer us up, we've got some new music from Hugh Hardy. His album, Juicebox LP, was just released on Friday, and it's full of some absolute gems and some bangers. So we're gonna get cracking. Should we get started? Should we do this? All right. Good evening, my friends. I mean, for me, it's afternoon. For some people, it's evening. I'm just gonna go through some comments. Pneumatic says, hi guys, how is everyone? How you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Check out a Pneumatics and Degs collab coming soon. We've got Erie, Pennsylvania. We've got San Francisco, California. We've got Minsk, Belarus. Amazing. We've got Euro, Russia here. And Satellite Type 2 from Euro, Russia says, stop war. Absolutely love that, man. We are all people right now, yeah? Let's have a look. This one's a explosion. Jesus. Wow. I mean, we haven't even started yet, man. But yeah, it's really, really good to see you guys. I hope everyone is okay. And yeah, we're going to kick things off with some new Hugh Hardy. I'll let you know the track in a minute.
Wanna know, how can you be so cold? Staring me so far, the distance that you hold. Something that I didn't make you go. Tell me why does it feel so natural? Through my heart away before the sun went down. Realizing that it's you that want it out. Broke your promise when you started having doubts. Now you know that I'm not gonna take the rough with the smooth.
So yeah, welcome to the 485th episode, of course, of the Hospital Podcast. Eric Lavery says, apparently there's some guy called Degs on Hugh Hardy's new album. I mean, George, is that guy worth checking out? He's saying no. I think I agree. So this track is called RWTS. It's featuring Inmost and Kojo. And it's on Hugh Hardy's new LP, Juicebox, which is out right now at all the usual places, so please go and cop that. Hey, Dave from New York, my friend. So good to see you in the chat. So I've been really, really lucky over the last couple of weeks going through all the submissions to doesfordegs@gmail.com. That's why I'm smiling, right? This guy, Ciccarelli, who lives in New Zealand, is Tali's partner, but originally actually from Hackney in London. And this track is called I Need. This is a beautiful one. Check this out. I want to give some more shout outs to everyone in the chat. So we've got South Carolina in the house, one of my favorite places in the world, by the way. There's nothing better than that Southern American hospitality. Big up Brazil in the place as well. Presto asks, Degs, how long have you been in the industry for? Good question, I might as well let you know. So I signed to Hospital in 2018 after putting some Facebook videos up online, and before that I've been in the scene maybe for about 10 years, but just making really, really terrible music basically, which is why no one had ever heard of me before. So yeah, all in all, I think I've been probably making and performing drum and bass for close to 15 years now, man, so go me. Yes, big up Spain. UK Penguins asked, where's London Elect? I believe he might be under the table. He may come out a little bit later. Yes, I have got new hair today. This is actually supposed to be like a summer look, but yeah, it's absolutely pissing it down outside, so there we go. Big up New Zealand. Okay. So yeah, big up Los Angeles. Big up LT Orange for the first time. Welcome to the podcast, my friend. Amsterdam, locked in. We've got Ireland locked in. James, my friend, we haven't got a Twitch link, but it's actually something we're looking at doing at some point, right? I think it's going to make a lot of sense. We've got King George, by the way. Can we make some noise for King George, please? Yes, British Columbia, Canada. Big up Dono, my friend. Hey! Right, guys. We have a gentleman called Dono. Is it a gentleman or a lady? Please let me know. Sorry if I've just misgendered you. I do apologize. Who asks about any advice for moving to the UK. So to everyone who's from the UK in the chat, could you give Dono some advice, please? What's the best food? What's the best kind of cultural things to go to? Is it Stonehenge, fish and chips? What kind of raves would you go to? Let us know in the chat your thoughts, and hopefully, Dono, you can pick up some interesting tips. Say there's been some excellent suggestions so far. Buy a good coat, it rains a lot. NMOP says, don't go. We've also got, wherever you go, it's going to be expensive, which is so true. I have to admit, these are all true, man. Like I mentioned at the top of this podcast, we have some brand new music from the incredible Hugh Hardy, and this is the title track, Juicebox. Just check the drums on this one, right? Hospital Podcast, let's go. Do you know what? I am reading all the comments, and obviously because it's a podcast and I have to play tunes, I can't obviously respond to every single one. But keep commenting, I really appreciate it. There's some fantastic suggestions for people moving to the UK. UK Penguin says, just grab a tin from Tesco and rave it up on your phone in Hyde Park, but bring a brolly. I love that. And yeah, big love and support. So I'm just really sorry. Big love to everyone that has obviously noticed I've got a new hairdo today. I'm glad you like it. Right, I'm gonna go dig a little bit from the vaults.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention?
So party people of the chat, does anyone remember this?
I've just been handed an urgent...
If you know what this tune is, please let me know in the chat.
And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Andre, you're not far off, my friend, with Gridlock. This is Noisier, Cannonball. I can't even remember what year this came out in, man. I remember being a lot younger. I especially looked a lot younger. Believe it or not, George, I used to be young. He's looking at me as if to say, no, that's not true. But once upon a time, I used to be like 21, like 13 years ago. Do you think I was just born 32, 34? I tried to lie about my age. So yeah, this is Noisier, Cannonball. Absolutely amazing tune. Of course, also with Face. How can I forget? Big up Emily, my amazing US agent. So nice to see you as always. So Presto asks, Degs, when it comes to starting drum and bass for myself, is it difficult? I mean, I would never say that making any music is difficult per se, but particularly when it comes to producing drum and bass, there certainly is a level of technicality, which, and I don't mean to insult other genres by saying this, but I don't think is prevalent or frequent in other genres. I mean, if you listen to this, for example, think about the sound design, think about how many elements are currently within this piece of music, and everything has to sit on top of each other and dive in and out with compression and spacing and all the rest of it. It's tough, but you know what? We live in the best times ever to learn something. And if you want to learn anything, go on YouTube. If I want to fix my car stereo, I go on YouTube. If I want to learn how to cook a pasta dish, I go on YouTube. So, yeah, this podcast is not sponsored by YouTube, but YouTube is useful. In 2008, wow. Right, time for some more new Hugh Hardy. Open University or YouTube, you're correct. Pneumatic says, nah, hit up Unglued for all your one-to-one needs. I have to admit, and again, Unglued better pay me for this, but he does one-to-one sessions, and he's probably the most talented guy I know. So, yeah, he paid me to say this, so yeah, actually, fuck Unglued.
I'll go straight for the jugular, I'll go straight for the belly. I got the M on my mind, like my name was Melly. Look, I'm one of a kind. No, you ain't troubling me, or you ain't troubling mine. You man better bubble in line. Tell them bubble and wine. From my step in the place, I'm working step. I do it in time, do it on jungle, do it on grime. Yeah, I'm doing it Optimus. Yeah, I'm doing it grime. Yeah, I'm doing it grease. Yeah, I'm doing it slime. The game is mine. Give me that, don't give me no talk or silly chat. Look, I'm not inner. If it's a clash, I am the winner. Roulette table.
Alex Barron asks, when will you release your dub remix with Shapes and Page Eliza? It's something that we're actively working on right now, my friend. Unfortunately, I'm just a music guy. All the business side of it, I have no idea what's going on. I just get drunk and play music to you guys. So hopefully soon.
Sound ya a instant, come on a instant dead. Come follow me, I want to that a instant dead. Lord, say what a instant dead. Come follow me, I want to that a instant dead.
So this amazing piece of music that you can hear right now is Hugh Hardy, Test This, featuring Footsie. Okay.
It's no problem for me, but it's a problem for you. But it's a problem for you. It's no problem for me.
I must admit, I do love some of the comments sometimes, right? So R420-ish says, please no MC in this.
I would say a good MC is an MC who doesn't talk.
We're on the 485th episode of the Hospital Podcast, right, George? And we still have people asking to stop talking. Do you reckon we're going to get no one by about episode 1000? This is a podcast, my friend. Welcome to the podcast. I hope you enjoy the talking.
Controlling on this one.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Scott Connolly with the classic. Hey bro, no talk, just music, okay? My guy. Cookie's team says Mr. Coleman, and that is London Electricity, for those of you who don't know, though I am sure you know. He came to Kiev last month and it was a blessing. Huge respect to him. Would love to see other members of the hospital family. Yeah, I must admit, it sounded like he had a bit of an incredible journey just to get to the capital of Ukraine. And all the footage that I've seen of the event that he did looked absolutely incredible. So yeah, big respect to Tony Coleman. Big up to all of our Ukraine family as well. And yeah, keep raving, man. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna bring it down. Should we do this? Okay. Right. It's quite early in proceedings, but I think I'm going to do this. I have a Degs exclusive that has actually got Degs on it for once. Can you believe it? I've actually decided to do an exclusive with Degs, so we do this. So before we go any further, we have a nice little cutscene. And yeah, to everyone locked in, welcome to the 485th episode of the podcast, and let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, all the people around the world, it is time for the Degs exclusive.
That's right. Okay, so we have a brand new piece of music. It's actually a VIP of a tune that you have heard before. And this came out on my debut album, and it's featuring Unglued. It's a track called Levitate Your Mind. It's now, sorry, I'm just burping from all the beer, of course. And we thought we would do a 2023 flip of this tune just purely because it's 2023. And we fucking felt like it. So this is Unglued and Degs, Levitate Your Mind. And this is the 2023 VIP. Let's go.
Between the lines, find smiles in this resurgence, like my days are redefined. There's order out of chaos. It was dark, but now it shines. My team, they're putting down for the fragrance. Forever levitates our minds. Whatever levitates our minds.
Big up UK Penguins. I guess this is an explosion. Right, let's do this.
Peace on my mind, I'm exploring worlds. And we're sailing in the sun as the waves they come. Bodies moving, shaking, pouring drinks, there's no containing. Yeah, this setting is amazing. And later when the light is fading, we move into the night like the glistening eyes. As I stand here, I feel purpose, no longer caught between the lines. Find smiles in this resurgence, like my days are redefined.
big salute to everyone in the chat, man. It's really, really scary every time you play something new. Even though this is a VIP of something you've heard before, you never really know how it's going to go down, man. So thank you guys so much. And yes, Canada Gang, Calgary, I'll see you soon. And yeah, this amazing piece of music is by Synergy and Skylark, and it's called Made of Glass. Like the bottle that my beer comes in, funny enough. Well, I'm going to play you another little dub. Let's do this. I'm just laughing at the comments, man, so funny. Hey, listen, big up Brooks from the PNW. Presto says, Degs, was it fun working with Lens for Printworks 2023 live? It certainly was. She is one of the best DJs in the world. And yeah, this track is currently an unreleased dub called Healing.
Back in the day, thought I was destined to be lonely. Didn't want to argue, so I'd rather be alone. On my grind and every day is dragging slowly. Only feel my spirit lifted when I'm back at home with you. I'd rather be alone with you. I just want to grow with you. I see the sunset, but you're the view. I gave you a piece of my heart, a minute to be in my arms. I wasn't sure this would last. Now you're healing all of my scars. It's hard for me to explain. No expectations remain. This love don't need to be hard. Now you're healing all of my scars. Scars, scars, scars. Now you're healing all of my scars. Scars, scars. Scars, now you're healing all of my scars.
CS Party people, welcome to the 485th episode of the Hospital Podcast, where, believe it or not, it is a podcast where people talk and we interact and we have a good time, right? Eric, I don't know when it's going to be released, but I do know we have a released Hospital Classic for you right now. Etherwood Spoken featuring Rocky NTI, and this is the Spy remix. George has put his arms up in the background. Which way are we going? This way, George. George is currently leading the dance.
Now I ain't gonna let you go. Hold on to you. As slow as you let me
what Satellite Type 2 says? I love you all very much. Peace to all. It's comments like that I love to see. Big up to yourself, my friend. Honestly, it doesn't. I don't know how many times. What am I trying to say here? That's how much this music is just taking a hold of me. It doesn't matter how many times I hear this tune. I swear it does something to me, man. I mean, the chords are beautiful. Spy's remix is beautiful. Rocky NTI's incredible voice is beautiful. Scott says, my missus hates Degs because I go on strike for these podcasts. Degs, will you ever release any of your mum's cooking recipes? Do you know what's a really good idea? Maybe for the next album, instead of doing lyrics, maybe we just like put cooking recipes instead. I think that makes sense. Now this one is a Percy, man. We give a massive shout out to Winslow on this tune. This one is called Mumbles of Grace. And this is on the incredible Gold Fat record label. So we got some cookbook related comments in the chat right now. Okay. Tama says, why don't we do both? So we can do lyrics and we can do like Kenyan Swahili recipes. I think that would... Is there a market for that in drum and bass, George? We'll have to do some market surveys. Do you guys like rice and beans? Basically. Rustle up with Degs cookbook coming soon. And Troy asks, can I get a shout out, Degs? Hey, listen, everyone in the chat, can we give a massive shout out to Troy Burdick, please? Big up Troy, my friend. The Driller says, you're the only D&B my wife accepts because of your lovely voice. She hates being woken up to straight bangers on a Saturday morning. Okay, I'm not going to lie, The Driller. I've actually got some straight bangers coming a little bit later, but, you know. So yeah, like I said at the top of the program, We are celebrating Hugh Hardy and his fantastic new LP, Juicebox, which is out right now on Solvent Records. So I'm going to play a tune that I'm involved with, if that's okay. And this track right here, I'm now getting sultry with my voice. This track is called Glow, and the incredible voice you can hear is Josh Kai.
With certainty, and epiphany is cliche, but for me it was true. Now I focus all my energies on pastures new, being accountable for things I say and things I do. You reach a certain.
Mr. Buzzin asks, do we remember that American dude asking about where to go in the UK from the last stream? It was right at the start of this podcast, so if you flick back, you'll see a lot of very sort of self-depreciating comments about our country, which is quite funny.
Once upon a time I thought the end was nigh. Now I'm wondering if there's a limit to the sky, or a limit to these blessings that I once denied. I guess it's about the journey in this life.
I don't like just listening. You get all the answers when you center it. Cause it costs too much to live pretend. You got all of the moments you won't live again. When the fear begins to settle in, don't let it hold you back, just keep on pedaling. Cause joy comes when the heart begins to glow.
So yeah, this is the first time I've actually heard Josh Kai on a track before. And I remember when Hugh sent this to me, initially, before I decided to write some bars for it. I was like, who the hell is this dude, man? I mean, I don't know if you guys in the track agree, but this is one of the most soulful voices I think I've heard in drum and bass for a long, long time. Just check this out, right? There's a nice little kind of gospel outro that Hugh and Josh put together. So I really want you guys, I'm gonna shut up now. You know, the guy that said earlier, no MC, no talkie, please. He's gonna be really happy with the next minute or so. Hugh Hardy on the keys, Josh Kai on the vocals. And yes, Eric, Solar is incredible as well. I'll be playing some of her music on the next podcast in 2 weeks' time.
Almost like the feeling of closing your eyes and just falling backwards and knowing that you're going to be caught. It's crazy because like I remember one of the best things I heard this year was believing that the best things will actually happen for you really does allow amazing things to happen. So that's my mantra this year, like really believing that amazing things are going to happen for me. Because why not? Like, why not?
So yeah, to remind you, this is Hugh Hardy, Glow, featuring myself and the incredible Josh Kai. It's out right now on Hugh Hardy's Juicebox LP. Let me know how you guys feel about that track and how you feel about Hugh Hardy in general. He is incredible. He's an incredible artist and an incredible human being. So yeah, time for some classics. Let's go. My Manipulation asks, hi Degs, I sent you a Dubs for Degs email twice, no answer at all. Did I get the address wrong? You didn't, my friend. And I'll just quickly say, anyone that sends music to Dubs for Degs, please keep sending me music. It's one of them ones where if I like it, I'll play it, but the email submission is open anytime. So please, do not feel disheartened if I don't get back to you. I can't get back to everyone. Right, brand new music from Disruptor. This is Do You Believe? Big up My Manipulation, my friend. Big up. Mr. Buzzin, 14, and a couple of other people have mentioned George. George, do you exist? Or am I just literally, could you imagine if there's like a fly on the wall, right? And I'm literally just fucking talking to myself. I think people think I'm mental enough as it is, but no, George is real. I promise you, he is real. So yeah, this track, I'm going to let this run through for the second drop because it is amazing. I can imagine this is going to go off at festivals with the sun out. And unfortunately, we have no idea what the sun is right now. I mean, it's been like this for the whole of July and obviously the start of August as well, right? So if anyone knows some sort of like ancient sun dance that will bring the rays back, yeah, please, can you do it for us? That's what I love to see. Pneumatic says, My Manipulation music, you got this, bro. Grind time. That's the attitude, my friend. Let's go. Okay, so sticking with the solvent theme, judging from Hugh Hardy earlier, this is a brand new music from Lally. Now, I've got to say, this tune, right? Now, Lally, he works at hospital. Should I call him out like this, George? So Lally works at hospital, and he's an amazing guy, super talented guy, does a lot of and has done, honestly, some amazing, magical things for me in my career. And I've heard some of his tunes before, and they've been great, but this might get a wheel up. I think that's deserved, right? So yeah, welcome. God, I'm out of breath. Matt Lally has put me out of breath. Imagine that. That sounds weird. Let's not repeat that ever again. Yeah, let's pretend we didn't say that. So, like I was mentioned earlier, this gentleman, Lally, works for hospital. Super, super talented guy. Really, really nice guy as well. And this tune that he's put out on Solvent, which I believe is out now, right, George? I literally can't wait for the next gig that I get behind the wheels just to be able to play this and see this in the dance because, mate, if you're watching, which I know you're not because hospital work you very hard, so you've got no time to watch the podcast as well. We're really, really impressed by this. If you guys could do me a favor and just let me know how you have reacted to this tune with one emoji in the chat when I play it. Are we ready for this? Lally Generations, let's go.
Generations caught up, look how things will switch. People they're quick, now they wanna move out the bits, now they wanna move out the bits. Boy wanna bits, boy wanna bits, boy wanna bits.
Jeez. It's a naughty one, man.
Now they wanna move out the bits, boy wanna bits, boy wanna bits, boy wanna bits.
I'm just gonna clap hands right now. Me and George are just clapping hands right now. That is a banger, not you know. Honestly, that's a banger, you know. Damn. Right, time for some new music from Primate and Parapus. Right, time for some Fred V and Millbrook. So yeah, to everyone that's just been joining us, welcome to the 485th episode of the Hospital Podcast. To all of you guys in the chat who have been here from the start, from the middle-ish, thank you so much for being here. And yeah, this is a wicked tune coming up next. Wow. I don't know if Fred V is capable of putting out like a tune that is like a 5 out of 10. You know how like my whole discography is full of 5 out of 10s? 4 out of 10s? Jeez, George. But it is, I'm actually being serious. So whilst there's a little bit of a breakdown, I'm going to let the second drop roll out, but I'm quickly just going to let you know that on the 19th of August, of course, we return to Beckenham Place Park for Hospitality in the Woods. The last few tickets are available still. And actually, a little birdie tells me that Link, Unglued, Whiny, Lens, and the Kenyan Giraffe are going to be running at the after party. So if you're in London on the 19th and you've got nothing else to do, please come and party with us. Let's go. And sticking with the melodic beautifulness, but a bit more of a soulful way, here's something quite classic from Polar and Bryson. Troy Burdick asks, would you ever do a Fred V collab? I would absolutely love to, and it's something that we have actually worked on, a collab with myself, Whiny, and Fred. We just need to finish it, man. Just the story of our life, right? Just need to fucking finish it. So just trying to ask, I need some more liquid in my life. Who are some new artists to look out for? One guy that I really like is Son. He's absolutely smashing it. Does this like ethereal, really like kind of almost Motown influence with the soulful keys, a lot of diminished chords, a lot of like kind of moody, melancholic kind of modal chords and progressions. And he's SON. His music is really easy to find. I believe he's put some music out on Hotspot Records as well. Another one is Lenise, straight from the Netherlands, who I saw on the weekend at Liquidity Festival. Big salute to everyone that I saw at Liquidity Festival. This dude is only 20 years old and he is already putting out logistics style, kind of new tone style, soulful rollers. So if that's your kind of bag, I'll definitely check those two guys out. Big up Sniffle Blocks, man. You know, actually, working with Fred and Will, just sitting there and watching them in action in the studio, it's just amazing, man. It's a humbling experience, I can tell you that. You know, when you work with people that are that talented, you know, it really, really pushes you as an artist. And yeah, it made me realize that I've got a long way to go, man. I need to learn some shit. Leniz, L-E-N-I-Z. Probably pronouncing it wrong, to be fair, but it is L-E-N-I-Z. Secret Structures. I've never heard of Secret Structures. This is a comment from D-Flux. Yeah, I'll definitely go and check them out. You know, Gigi has actually just come up with a comment I actually really agree with in perspective. Nobody is that talented. It's just hours and hours of straight work. I agree with you, my friend, I really do. Right, some more brand new Hugh Hardy and Ju. This is Show No Love. Another Percy of mine, George, you know that? Absolute roller. So yeah, a couple of people have asked about this football top. And this is a label we work with quite a lot called Invicta Audio, who had a stage at Hospitality on the beach. And they're from Bristol. They're all really, really young, talented, incredible, very hard-working people. So they actually gave me a football shirt. I'm going to have to take the headphones off, and I hope I don't knock everything over, which has got my name on it. See how proud I am of that. No one's ever done anything like that for me before, so I really appreciate it. So yeah, if you're into your heavier drum and bass, go and check out Invicta Audio. They're putting out some fantastic jump up. I've actually got a tune with them, not quite heavier stuff, coming out on December the 10th. I'll have to double check, but it's out soon. So yeah, the number 10, I played football quite a bit when I was younger. I was obviously never good enough to make it to that level. But I played, you know, at a decent standard. I was at Fulham Academy briefly when I was younger. And yeah, I used to play in behind the striker, basically, and try and make little runs and feed off the play. Should we just turn this into the Degs football podcast? Because I love talking about football. So, you know, back in those days, in like the kind of the late 90s, the 4-2-3-1 thing wasn't really a big thing. So it was just like I was playing as a second striker to the number 9, and I would peel off and make runs and try set things up. Obviously, I think a modern number 10 has to do a little bit more defending now. So yeah, I can, you know, that's exactly the reason why I was never ever cut out for this. Because what am I going to do? Imagine me trying to defend anything. Just trying to defend my humour half the time. I wish I'd played for Newcastle, my friends. I really, really do. But, you know, I was never good enough, unfortunately. I was never, ever good enough. Okay, so welcome to the 485th episode of the Hospital Podcast. I really, really appreciate the fact that you guys have locked on. It might be a slightly shorter show than what we usually do. I'm still going to roll out for a little bit longer. And I just thought I'd just bring it down just to kind of let you know the reason why we're going to do a slightly shorter show today is, so there is a gentleman, an absolute legend of drum and bass music and just generally UK culture called Leke. So it's super hot in the studio. That's why I'm kind of sweating a little bit. And unfortunately, over his period of his life, he had a really, really rough time, basically. Not only has he put so many people on, before I signed to hospital, just as a bit of a backstory, he just hit me up and was like, I really like what you're doing, and ended up sponsoring me as an artist, which helped get me onto hospital's radar. Unfortunately, he has sickle cell anemia and has also had cancer, and recently had his, I think it is his right leg amputated. And so we are putting on, I say we are attending a fundraiser which has been put on by some lovely, lovely people tonight at the Forge in Camden. So if anyone knows anything about aerosol or junglist movement, you've probably seen the t-shirts. It's the guy that runs that. I will, after the podcast, put a link to donate in the chat. Would be amazing. He really is a cornerstone of drum and bass music. And so I'm going to play something that I know he likes. And I'm going to see him tonight. There's like Fabian Groove Rider, the Ragga Twins, Jumping Jack Frost. There's hella people tonight, man. So if I have to shoot off a little bit earlier, That's the reason why. But yeah, Leke is a really, really, really good friend of mine. And you know what? When I've seen someone go through sickle cell, go through cancer, and having one of their flipping legs chopped off, and he still puts a smile on his face. And I went to see him in hospital up at UCLH not too long ago, which is up in Houston, a fantastic hospital. And in this country, we are super, super lucky with the NHS, right? And he was in incredible spirits. In fact, he lifted me out of a dark mood. That is the kind of influence that he has on me and that he has on so many people. So yeah, I'm just going to dedicate this tune to Leke. And, you know, obviously he's not going to be watching because the event is on right now. But yeah, I'm going to see you tonight, brother.
To our diatic dog out, where you come from, southwest, east and north. This is the roughest of the roughest gun out. I'm gonna peck back the car. Let me tell him, say, we are the roughest gun out from out the south part. And the boy does we have a Java gun fast. Roughest gun out from out the south part. And the boy does we have a Java gun fast. We have a toss out, your blood.
Yeah, big up everyone in the chat. Really appreciate the kind words. And like I said, I'm going to make sure that I tell him that the listeners of the podcast are sending him out big love and respect.
And if a boy try and we have to defend, we just back with 4 5 and we shot them then. We are the roughest. We are the toughest. We are the roughest, gone out from out the south part. And the boy does we have a Java gun fast. Roughest, gone out from out the south part. And the boy does we have a Java gun fast. We have a toss out your blood. We have a shot out your blood. We have a toss out your blood. We have a shot out your blood. Can't know it's not, them can't know it's not. Try know what's up, what you offer what's up. Before them rich and wizard, what I draw for we're gone, never sticking on it, never broke.
You know, I really appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome, man. Big up Mikkel. Mikkel's a very, very good man, I tell you that. Pneumatics asks, where will the donation link be posted? What I'm going to do the minute I stop the podcast, because obviously we're live right now, I'll make sure that I post absolutely everything in the description and in the comments. You know, like I said, it's not even my guilty pleasure, is it, George? It's just Jump Up is my pleasure. Two absolutely great tunes, right? Big up the Canadian gang. Scott Connolly says, Degs, man, your breaks are going to put me in intensive care. I hope not. I really hope not. I hope you're okay. Time for some Wilkinson. So once again, party people, just want to start with, it's not the start, but just want to say thank you so much for locking on. Wilkinson is an absolute legend. The reason why I kind of tripped up my words, because Sniffleblock said, Wilkinson is so amazing, can't stop listening to him since I discovered him a couple of years ago. One of the best things about drum and bass is that when you discover an artist, it doesn't matter how long they've been around for. When you do, it's your time and it just feels so good.
Impossible to face it. Can we keep it in the shadows? Don't ever ever wanna let you go. So tell me those sweet lies. I'm not giving up your love as long as it's sweet lies. I wanna hold on to your sweet lies. I'm not giving up your love, nothing but sweet lies.
Right, time for a classic, right? Who remembers this one? What a tune, man. And it wouldn't be a hospital podcast without obviously playing some classic music from a hospitality compilation. This track is Fred Viet in graphics. This is 3D Glasses. This came out on the Hospitality 2015 compilation. I was but a young pup, George. I think I was like 26. Much love, Mikhail, my friend, much love. MC D-Bro is an absolute legend. He's one of Belgium's finest MCs. Really good friend of mine. And also another fellow Formula One nerd. That's why I love him, man. Big up D-Bro. Where the hands at, George? Let's go. Are you ready for this, right? From the old to the new. What? Okay, fuck it. That had to be done. George is laughing at me once again. I can't help it. When you hear a tune this greasy, it's incredible. Firstly, fantastic support for Chase and Status. Absolute classic in the chat. This track is Trauma, DBC, featuring Boogie Man, and it's called Greasy. But this is the Filthy Habits remix. This tune has been just doing the rounds for me recently. I've been playing it in a lot of sets. I think I played it a couple of times on Hospitality on the Beach. And yeah, man, drum and bass is amazing, right? Like, look how much fun we're having.
One strong.
Wait, scratch that, George, sorry. Look how much fun I'm having.
Greasy. One strong. Who's gonna pop it up? I miss her. Who's gonna rip it up? Who's gonna mash it up? I miss her. Who's gonna rip it up?
Okay, party people. Thank you so much for locking in, locking on. Like I mentioned earlier, unfortunately, I have to cut this show a little bit shorter than what we usually would do. Big up Jeff, man, who says, just watched your Lens and Degs set at Printworks. You got a new fan. Thank you so much, my friend. I really do appreciate everyone's support. it feels like it's been an amazing summer for drum and bass music. There's been so many festivals, there's been so many great releases, and as of now, we will be heading back to the woods on the 19th of August with the Link After Party, which the details for that are actually going to be released this evening. If not, they may have been released already tomorrow. Oh, it's tomorrow now. See, there we go. The most professional podcast in the world. We know exactly what the hell is going on. Like I said, thank you guys so much for locking in, locking on. I really also appreciate some of the really nice and positive and empathetic comments for Leke. Leke is an absolute soldier. He is obviously the genius behind the Junglist movement and Aerosol brands, of which you have seen this in films, in TV, and all around the world, which has been amazing. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to conclude things with a track. Now, a little story about this tune. So I played Liquidity Festival, wasn't last weekend, was it? It was the weekend before, right? And I had a really, really great time. Big salute to NCT, Subsonic, and Telomic and VOE, who I performed with. Had a really, really good time. Now, during the performance with Telomic, there was this dude, super tall dude, at the front of the crowd, just fucking having a really good time. And I was like, I like that guy. And he kind of caught my attention. And I'll tell you what he did. He waved something at me. And I was like, okay. Firstly, I thought he was giving me the wanker sign. As you do, paranoid minds and all that. And then I saw he had something in his hand. And I could see it was a USB. So he chucked it up and he threw it. He's quite a big dude. He actually threw it quite a way past me, but I had to go and collect it from the ground. And it had a folder of his dubs. Now, I have to say, I really, really respect the hustle. I don't think I've ever had anyone throw their USB at me. I went through the USB, and I was actually specifically looking for some non-D&B tunes for the conclusion of the podcast. And this little number, which is called Sinew, just really jumped out of me. It's really like forward-thinking and experimental. So this gentleman is called Coben, C-O-B-E-N, and this track is called Sinew. Probably going to play one more after this, of course. But for now, Hospital Podcast 485. Thank you so much for being here. This is Coben, Sinew. Big up Bleed in the chat. I've supported their music before. Great producer. New EP is out right now, I believe. So yeah, big up Coben. Like I said, I honestly rate the hustle so much, man. I've never, ever come across someone that has the balls to do that to an artist. And yeah, I got a lot of respect for that. So not only that, he's made a great piece of music too. Incredible stuff. How you vibing on this? I can see there's some really positive comments in the chat, which is amazing. Incredible stuff from Coben. And the tune that I was originally going to play right at the end of the podcast has disappeared. So I'm going to play something else. Something that was sent to me at dubsfordegs@gmail.com. Someone absolutely begged me to play this tune, which is fine. That is not a problem. I love the fact that I can make some people happy with music. This track is a little bit of a curveball, I guess. This is Will Smith, Drew Hill, and Cool Mo D. And this is the Wild Wild West. Much love and respect to all of you. And for the people that have just caught this podcast live for the very, very first time, usually what we do is we have them every 2 weeks at 5 p.m. GMT. That's a fancy way of saying British time. And in the future, we're going to be having some more guests. The 500th episode of the Hospital Podcast is obviously coming up quite soon. So we're having to plan this even more. And yeah, let's play some Will Smith because you know what? I just love middle-class hip-hop. Let's go.
Wild, wild. Wicked wild, wicked wild, wicked wild, wild west. Jim West, Desperado, Rough Rider. No, you don't want nada. None of this. 6 gunning this, brother running this. Buffalo Soldier. Look, it's like I told you. Any damsel that's in distress, be out of that dress when she meet Jim West. Roughneck, so go check the law and abide. Watch your step will flex and get a hole in your side. Swallow your pride. Don't let your lip react. You don't want to see my hand where my hip be at. With Artemis from the start of this. Running the game. James West, taming the West. So remember the name. Now who you gonna call?
Yeah, big salute. I can't actually remember who sent this to me, but big salute to whoever you are. And I have to say, Will Smith. All obviously, I mean, I just, I don't want to say to anything too bad about Will Smith because, he might slap me in the face. I'm sure he's never heard of Degs. But he's probably one of the most multi-talented people I've ever come across, so there we go.
Now, once upon a time in the West, a madman lost his damn mind in the West. Loveless, kidnapper down, nothing less. Now I must put his behind to the test. Then through the shadows, in the saddle, ready for battle. Bring all your poison, here come the poison. Behind my back, all that riffing you did, front and center. Now where you lip at, kid?
Mikhail says the sample in this tune is from I Wish by Stevie Wonder. I never ever knew that. Wow. I'm going to have to listen to that on the train. Damn. Right, should we get some moves out again? I don't know how to dance, but there we go.
I'm the slickest they is. I'm the quickest they is. Did I say I'm the slickest they is? So if you barking up the wrong tree, we coming. Don't be starting nothing. Me and my partner gonna test your chest, loveless. Can't stand the heat to get out the wild, wild, when I roll into the wild, west. When I stroll into
Sorry, I had to bring that down. The driller says, "You're good, Degs. Don't worry about it. Just don't call his girl bald." Pneumatic says, "Degs, you a dad yet, bro? It looks like it." I don't know. I hope I haven't fathered any kids. My God. I'm not too young to be a dad, GG. I'll be honest. I'm 34 years old, so maybe that time is coming soon.
To any outlaw trying to draw, thinking you're bad. Any drawing on West Best with a pen and a pad. Don't even think about it. 6 gun weighing a ton, 10 paces and turn just for fun. Sun up to sundown, rolling around, see where the bad guys are to be found and make them lay down. The defenders of the West, in the West, don't mess with us 'cause we in the Wild Wild West. When I roll into the Wild Wild West, when I stroll into the Wild Wild West, when I bounce into the Wild Wild West, when I roll into the Wild Wild West, when I stroll into the
Oh, I love that, man. Bleem DMB said, "I became a dad at 34 for the second time, so nothing wrong with that, man." You know what? Big salute, my friend. Gigi says, you look like you're 1920. I'm like, mate, I'll take that. I will take that all day. George is like, you haven't seen him in real life, mate. I think it must be like the camera gives me a nice filter or something. Is that what it is? Yeah, something like that. Right, thank you guys so much. Like I said, I now have to shoot over to Camden Town to go see Leke. To the listeners of the 485th episode of the Hospital Podcast, thank you for so many of you been in the chat and genuinely just been really funny, man. Like we just always seem to have a bit of banter and a good time. And listen, if you can't take the piss out of yourself, then you're honestly taking life a little bit too seriously. I really appreciate all the kind words to everyone that's been listening to the new set with Lens at Printworks, which has just gone up now on YouTube. Thank you guys so much. We will be back in 2 weeks, live and direct from the Hospital Jungle at 5 p.m. As always, get your tunes into dubswithdegs@gmail.com. And all I can say aside from that is I wish you all the love and best wishes in the world. Thank you for being all yourselves, and peace and love. We'll see you soon.